Hello. Welcome, guys. Week 2, day 8 of our 40-day challenge. So last week we framed and kind of began the week with lots of conversations around resistance and read from the War of Art, Steven Pressfield, one of my favorite people who kind of speaks to resistance and encourage us to kind of battle back against resistance. And so just taking a moment and acknowledging that we did that we got a bit of momentum. We started to turn the heat up kind of on the cooker. And then now this week I was hoping to introduce the idea. There are a few things. I had a few thoughts this morning. One was just a random, how I feel like a yoga practice is like the toothbrush / the brushing your teeth of it can and should be of life, in that we do it this morning, we arrive to our mat, we're going to do the thing, and it's going to serve us for hopefully the day, the hours we're awake, and even our sleep in ways. But then we'll wake up the next morning and the need will kind of be there for the doing it again. And then what came up for me, that there's a bit of a Sisyphusian idea to being in a human body. So the myth of Sisyphus, many of you are probably familiar with. Albert Camus wrote about this Greek myth with this idea that this I think he might have been a god himself, but either way, he was punished by the gods and had to roll a rock up a hill, up a mountain to the top. But at the end of the day, it would roll back down and he would have to do the same task the next day. And so there's a bit of that idea when we, in exercise, in taking care of our body, is like we do this thing today and there's this kind of effort we have to put forth. And we'll roll the rock up the hill, and then while we sleep tonight, it's going to roll back down. I'm going to do it again. And obviously, there's a lot of different philosophy and ways to look at this, but one of the cool ways Albert Camus arrived at the end, and this is an interesting kind of little myth or story. Apparently, it's like the New Yorker's most famous cartoon, and it's this one that there's quite a bit of information and kind of even podcasts and stuff you can find online, so I encourage you to do so. But one of the powerful takeaways from it for me was at the end, Albert Camus said, we must imagine Sisyphus happy. And so that's the encouragement for the week, is to look at this kind of like Herculean challenge of arriving to our mat day after day after day, and then maybe even invite in, or there's an invitation to invite in a little imagination that this doesn't have to be just drudgery. That a lot of times the kind of the stories we'll tell about what we're doing right now will affect our willingness and ability to get back to the mat. And again, we're trying to play the long game here. So we don't just want to do yoga, the 8th or 9th of January 2023. We want to do it next week and next month and next year, forever and ever and amen. So with that said, that is the encouragement for the week, and we'll go more on that each day. We're just trying to draw a little encouragement. But for now, please arrive to your mat, and let's come into a brief seat and just take a few breaths here in a seat of meditation. And we'll let those words kind of wash over us. And begin to take the breath in and out through the nose and add some length. So nice deep inhale, fill the body. And then on the exhale, nice long extended exhale. See if you can follow that exhale all the way to the bottom. And we'll let this breath be different kind of than our normal shallow day-to-day breathing, with just the attention to it and the intentionality of creating a deeper experience. And there's an invitation to even see if you can feel into or tap into just like a subtle pleasure that's available when we focus on our breath, when we really feel our breath. It should feel good. Drawing in a nice inhale should feel nourishing. And then same thing with an exhale. Try and feel into that space. And there's an invitation or opportunity to access a little bit of the calm, and a little bit more peace, a little bit more space in that exhale. We'll stay here for 3 more rounds of breath, just like that. After your 3rd round of breath, invitation for the hands to come to prayer in front of your heart. If you like an intention, maybe invite in a quality or way of being for this next hour, just a way of elevating what we're doing. Again, drawing in meaning, pushing back against any bit of drudgery it is to get on your mat and to do this practice. Together, let's all take a big inhale through the nose. This time, get expressive with your exhale. Let it go. Make some noise. Alrighty. And now into the movement. Into a bit more of the fun for most of us. Let's come into just a few cat-cows here to start. So tabletop position. Hips above our knees, shoulders stack above our wrists, fingers spread out nice and wide, taking up space on the mat, and then connect the breath to movement. That is the one of the defining factors that makes this different than just getting on doing a HIIT workout or exercising, is that breath component, is that connecting a breath to a movement. And then even when we can get our mind to just kind of totally chill, maybe find that no mind place, and it's just breath and body. Those are sweet, sweet spaces to visit. And again, as always, encourage a little creativity or a little freedom here early on. So any movements that feel right, you're probably in the privacy of your own home. Maybe you got a partner next to you, a yogi buddy, but just feel free to kind of like take whatever movements feel intuitive, relaxing that judge. Take 1 more round. Come back to a neutral spine. Hug the low belly up and in, and then float the left arm long and press the right leg back. We take this little kind of modified tabletop plank core challenger, full body smoker. Kind of has a way of hitting a lot of the body and start to build a little bit of heat. Take 1 more big inhale. As you exhale, crunch the left elbow to the right knee, a little hug in, and then extend it long. And then float the left hand back to earth, right knee back to earth, and we'll go on the other side. Float the right arm long, left leg presses back. And play with a little bit of balance here. Take a big inhale. With your exhale, bring the elbow to that left knee. Crunch it in, use the core, press it long. And And then bring the right hand down, left knee down, and we'll bring the butt up in the air. Move into your first down dog. Extend it a little longer probably than that tabletop. Finding the length that you like. And the encouragement early on is always a little bit of movement. If it just feels stiff and tight and that you hate it almost, it's possible to hate down dog. I think I really did from a couple months there when I first started practicing. I feel like it's burning your shoulders and traps. And so now I really like to just encourage a little bit of movement, any stuck energy there. Shake the head out, little yes, shake out to the head. And then let's find a little stillness in it for 3 breaths here. One more, big inhale. Empty all that air out. And you're slowly beginning to walk the feet now to the top of your mat. No rush. To arrive, come into a ragdoll. When you get to the top of your mat, that's feet about hips width apart. You can lift up the 10 toes, spread them out, and press them back down into your mat. And then drop the head. We want lots of length in the spine. We want to let go through the back of the neck. Let the head be heavy. Give it a little yes, shake out. I'm talking to all you people that are going to spend the day sitting at a desk, especially you. Give that head a little shake out. Take one more big inhale. Exhaling that air out, begin to toe heel the feet closer together to touch. And now we come back to that breath to movement, inhaling into a flat back. We'll try and press the spine long, hips press back, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, release, forward fold. Take another one of those. Big inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, release. And then slowly start to roll the spine up. Nice and slow, no rush. Low belly and low back engage. Shoulders, neck, and head last to come up. Take a couple shoulder rolls at the top. And then with a big inhale, sweep the arms up. With the exhale, hands pass through heart center, drop into a forward fold. Release the head, notice, drop the head. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, release. Just slowly warming up the spine. Breath to movement with the next inhale. Come up to stand. Reach up. Stretch tall. This time, take your right hand to your left wrist. Side bend to the right with me. Stretch through the left ribs. And then reach up. And go the other way. Left hand, right wrist. Bend it over towards your left. Reach up tall now. Extended mountain. Get tall. And exhaling. Dropping the head. Forward fold. Inhale this time, flat back, so create that length that we want. And then hands come to the mat. We'll flow through a full chaturanga here, so it's a high push-up, with a little shift forward to a low push-up, and then inhale, upward facing, and then exhale back, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Two more breaths. Take one more big inhale. Exhale out all that air. Come up on your toes now. Look towards the top. Step, walk, or hop to the top. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, release it. Really drop the head, forward fold. Let it feel good. And then feet come together, thighs squeeze closer together, sit down. Imaginary chair pose, Utkatasana. This is our lightning bolt pose, a big powerful pose. Breathe here. And then one more big inhale. And let your exhale just release that forward fold. Let it go. Ha. Inhale now to a flat back. And hands come down. Flow with me high to low here. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Let it feel good. Exhale, downward facing dog. Ha. Keep exhaling. Now step your right foot up. The back heel spins. Inhale, rise. Warrior one. Take a moment in it. See if you can find what feels good. We'll press down into the mat. Draw energy up through the legs. A bit of draw on that right hip crease back and that left hip crease forward. And then core's engaged. Hug it all up. Get light. Float it out through the fingertips. Take a big inhale. And then with that exhale, hands just come back down. Ride and exhale down through your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. And then exhale back to your downward facing dog. Ha. Step your left foot this time. Place it up there. It's core challenge every step. Sometimes you gotta help it with your left hand a little. Inhale, rise. Nice, and take a few breaths. Again, in this one, they'll never accuse me of being overly rigid in my first warrior ones. Always like to give you a moment to breathe into it, kind of find what feels good here. And now pressing down, draw energy up from the feet, legs working hard, low belly hugs up and in. Again, we just bring that subtle core awareness throughout the practice here. Just an opportunity to kind of keep that core firing. Take a big inhale. And then with the exhale, just release hands to the mat and flow high to low. Just let that go. Brand new. Inhale, upward. Exhale, back downward. Ha. 5 breaths here. Two more breaths. One more. Really fill the body. Empty all that air out. Come up on the toes, looking towards the top. We'll step or hop to the top. Inhaling, taking a nice flat back. Let it feel good. Exhale, release, drop the head, really let it go. Feet together, thighs together, sit down chair, 1 breath. And then exhale, release. Nice work, guys. Inhale now, flat back, lengthen. And here we flow, just moving any stuck energy, ride the exhale down. Inhale upward. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Keep exhaling now. We pick up the pace with the right foot. It steps as soon as it hits. Inhale, rise. Fullest expression, and then exhale, hands to the mat and just flow. Again, moving any stuck energy. Super easy. Inhale upward, exhale downward. Keep exhaling, left foot steps. Place it up there, inhale, rise up. Greet this Monday. And then exhale, hands down, high to low. Inhale, upward facing. Nice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Ha. Take 1 breath with me. Big inhale. You'll empty out all that air. Come up on the toes. Look up top. Step walk or hop up top. With an inhale, you got a flat back. With an exhale, forward fold. Feet together, thighs together, chair pose. We must imagine ourselves happy in chair pose. GK knows. One more big inhale. And exhale, release, release, release. Ha. Inhale, flat back, long spine. We'll go with the hands to the mat now. Just flow, ride it high to low. Inhale, upward facing, draw the shoulders back, press through the tops of the feet. Exhale, downward facing dog, keep exhaling. Right foot steps, we're moving now. Inhale, rise. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale through a peaceful, keep the bend in that front knee. Big side body stretch. And then cartwheel, hands down, high to low. This is when we start to leave resistance in the dust. Inhale, upward. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Left foot steps. Big inhale. Flip the arms. Exhale to warrior two. Inhale through peaceful again. Find what feels good here. And then cartwheel, hands to mat, high to low. Inhale, upward facing, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's go again on the right side. So the right foot's gonna step up. It's a big inhale, rise up. Exhaling to a warrior two. Inhale through our peaceful. And then cartwheel, hands to mat. Flow here, high to low. Inhale, upward. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Left foot. Big inhale, rise. Exhale to two. Peaceful warrior. And then cartwheel. Hands to the mat, high to low. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Nice work, guys. Press into the mat here, bringing the feet together at the back of the mat. Float the right leg up and back. This three-legged dog. And then let's get into the core a bit here. Roll forward, knee to nose. Hug belly button to spine, press it long. Right knee, right elbow. Press it long. Right knee now comes to the left elbow, little twist. Press it long. And then bend the right knee, stack the right hip. Option to stay here or come into your flip dog. Let that right leg over. Press through the hips here, or press into the feet, hips high. We open. Nice, drag. One more big inhale. Come back over, right hand down. Press long through the right heel. And now roll forward, knee to nose. Hug it in for 5, 4, 3, 2, and on one step. Big long low lunge. Whew. Inhale, rise. Nice, hands of prayer. We're taking our twist here. Reach out over that right thigh. Twist to your right. Squeezing that back leg or bring it all the way down to the mat so you can let that twist come from the spine here. We'll take 2 more breaths. One more big inhale. Exhale, twist, twist, twist. Come back to center now. Float the arms up. Come to 2, warrior 2 that is. Inhale, peaceful. And then move into a side angle pose with the right hand down onto the block or the floor, or the forearm comes to that right thigh. Right toes facing front of the mat, left toes facing the left side of the mat. Big hip opener on the right side. Nice, Greggy. And then rotate here from kind of rotating that chest to the left side of your space and play with kind of what's available. What kind of openings available for your body. Again, stay with that breath too. The mind starts to chatter and that right leg is working hard, maybe burning a little. Come back into this next breath. We got one more big inhale. We stay for our exhale and then look at the mat. Float the left hand to the mat. Your right leg swings back. Let's go side plank on the left side. Press into the left hand, squeeze the left oblique. One more breath. And then take your right hand to the mat. Go high to low, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Bring the knees out wide for a moment. Let's take a child's pose, check in. Press the hips back, forehead comes down. Roll the forehead a little bit, can feel nice. Most importantly, check in. Check in with the breath here. And just kind of noticing what's shifted already. I like to kind of take momentary check-ins in our practice and notice how our state is shifting. And take one more breath. Empty out all that air. You'll start to come back up through tabletop. Find your downward facing dog, find that home base. And then bring the feet together, back to the mat. This time the left leg floats up and back. Really press through that left heel. That's the first kind of little core activator. And then let's roll forward, knee to nose, hug belly button to spine. Press it back. Left knee, left elbow. Press it back. Left knee, right elbow, little twist. Press it back. And then bend the left knee. Stack the left hip on top of the right. Let this feel good for a moment. Your option is flip dog. Coming with that left leg over. Press. Shoulder will be above that right wrist. Now press into that right hand. Maybe a full wheel is available for some of you guys. Take one more breath wherever you are. Begin to come back over. The left hand will come down. Press long and strong through that left leg. And then roll forward, knee to nose, hug it here. 5, 4, 3, slow count, 2. Last one, step it through now, long low lunge. And a big inhale, rise. So annoying when teachers kind of play you out with the count. With a big inhale, reach out over that left thigh. With an exhale, twist. And then come back to the breath here. After that activity, heart rate might jack. Breath might be stuck a little bit. Come back into those long, steady inhale, exhales. Two more breaths. It's one more big inhale. Stay for it, exhale. Slowly come back to center. Nice, come to 2. Inhale through a peaceful, should feel nice. And then side angle on that left side. Big bend in that left knee. I still like a block. Bring the floor up a little bit if you have a little tighter hips. Or if you're really open, bring the hand all the way down to the floor, maybe even bind. That left arm can wrap under. And you can reach and grab those right fingers. And just keep really rotating here towards the right side of your space, even towards the ceiling. Two more breaths. One more big inhale. We're staying for an exhale. And then eyes are going to come to the mat, float the right hand, gently swing that left leg back. You got side plank on the right side. We smoke the core from every angle in this practice. One of the benefits, take one more breath. And then left hand down, high to low push-up, chaturanga. Inhale upward. That'll feel good. Exhale, downward facing dog. One breath here, big inhale. Emptying out all that air. Come up on your toes, look up top, step, walk, or hop to your top. Find an inhale in a flat back, create length. Exhale, release, forward fold. Chair pose. Option for squeezing a block for some stability, hands to prayer. We twist to the right. Two more breaths. One more big inhale. Exhale, twist, twist, twist. Your inhale brings you now back to center. Go hands to prayer. And this time twist to the left. And again, run that experiment with me of using the breath here to just buffer from any suffer. So there's likely some shaking happening in your legs, a little bit of sensation close to burning, and we'll just keep interrupting it with the breath. Let that be. Two more breaths. One more big inhale. Exhale, twist, twist, twist. You got this. Back to center. Meet me in chair. Last bit. And then we release, release, release. There's always a release. Drop the head. Ha. Separate the feet. Bow hips width again. Yogi toe lock. Peace sign fingers grabbing the big toes. Gently pull down. Fold into yourself. Drop the head. Shake it out. And we haven't talked much about drishti throughout this practice yet. Just notice where the eyes go. See if we can set that one point gaze and then watch it bring the awareness and kind of experience back into the body. I feel like especially when we practice at home that drishti is really important because there's so many things to distract us. Our television's right there, our couch, a fridge full of beer. We really want to kind of keep our focus inward. One more big inhale. Empty all that air out. And then release. Let's go with the whole palm underneath, gorilla pose. Stand on your hands, drop your head, shake it out. And again, for all you tight hamstringers like me, it's where we fight for a little bit more length in the hamstring. Doing the work is the shortcut. One more big inhale. Exhale out all that air. And then step off your hands, plant them down. We'll play with the arm balance, crow pose, crow to headstand if that's in your practice. Or maybe it's just that deep malasana squat with the feet out wide and sink the hips low. And again, inviting a little play here, reminding we must imagine Sisyphus happy. We must imagine ourselves on our yoga mats happy sometimes. And again, it's going to be an exercise in imagination until it's our reality. For now, I'm going to play in crow and then eventually find that malasana squat, sit it low. One hand over the other, over the heart. See if you can feel that heartbeat. Check in. Nice. And then with the next inhale, press down, come up to stand. Come up to the front of your mat. And let's take eagle pose. Float the right leg up and over. Right arm wraps under. Bind it up. One more breath. And release. Right foot down, reach up high, extend the mountain, and then on the other side. Wrap it up. Nice, one more breath. And release, left foot down, reach up high, extended mountain. Float the right leg, grab the right knee or right big toe, open it out for standing leg raise. Left arm reaches out to my left, and I gaze over my left. Bring that subtle awareness to the low belly, hug it up and in. And then come back to center, kick the foot out, karate kick, ha, and then glide, airplane. Option to bind the fingers behind the low back, or just really reach those fingertips to the back of your room, palms down. It's a bit of that same thing we do in flat back, where you draw the shoulders away from the ears, lengthen. Yoga will definitely make you a half inch to an inch taller. And then open, half moon. Might make you just feel taller. I'm not sure if that's fun to be accused of spreading misinformation or disinformation, saying that yoga will make you taller. Feels like it does though. One more breath here, guys, in this half moon. Stretch it out every direction. And then release. Release, release. It's a forward fold. We let it go. That's over. Ha. Toe heel your feet together to touch. Let it inhale, take you up to stand. Reach up tall, standing leg raise, other side. Left leg floats, open out. Right arm reaches out, right, gaze right. Some of you are practicing next to a partner. Say what up, send them a little love. Share a little yogi love for that person that keeps you honest, helps you get on your mat. Mine is our one lone soldier in the Zoom room with me this morning, GK. And then bring it back to center, guys, and kick the foot out. Kick the left foot out, reach your hands high, and then glide here. Use core awareness through this whole transition. Again, let those poses between poses be poses. There's no break. From Om to Om, or from sign out the exhale to the Om. This whole container is kind of one big thing. Open it up to half moon when you're ready. Right hand's gonna come down towards a mat, a block, a water bottle, a prop. And we stretch it in every direction. Build this one from the core and then press it out. Take one more breath, guys, wherever you be. And gently, gently release. Ha. Inhale up to stand. Extended mountain. Take dancer pose. So you're kicking the right foot up. Grab from the inner arch. Open the shoulder. Kick and reach. Kick and reach. Kick and reach. And gently release, release, release. Shake it out. Ha. And let's go on the other side. Dancer on the other side. That works. And that's weird. Nice. Kick and reach. Kick and reach. Let it feel good. And begin to release it on that side. Left foot comes down. Shake it out. Ha, ha, ha. We'll take a final of the standing series here. Take tree pose. Float the right leg up. Place it inside. that right thigh. Hands begin at prayer. Float the hands up. One more breath. And with your exhale, bring the hands back to prayer. Float the right foot down. You'll just go on the other side. Float the left leg up. Inhale. Big expansive pose. Big victorious pose. Just a good pose to imagine yourself happy and kind of taking that winning physiological stance with the arms like this. One more big inhale. And hands can come back to prayer. Float the left foot back down. Shake it out. Ha, ha, ha. Nice work, guys. We'll step up to the front of the mat. Step the right foot wide right. We'll move into a warrior one pose from here. So just straight away into warrior one. Float the arms up with an inhale. Move into a warrior two with an exhale, and then straighten the front leg, triangle pose. Right toes facing forward, left toes facing the left side of your mat. Big expansive pose. Again, spaciousness on your mat. That's what's available here. It took 40 plus minutes of work to get here. With resistance kind of clinging at our heels until we finally dusted it. I said, not today. 2 more breaths. One more big inhale. We stay for our exhale. And then inhale the eyes down to that front foot. Raise up to stand. Turn the 10 toes now left, wide, big wide straddle stance. Option for the hands on the hips or interlacing behind the low back. We're gonna fold forward over the straddle here. Drop the head. And again, come right back into the breath. Keep interrupting the kind of stories that might be coming up. It's just breath. That's our tool to keep us here. Breath and the felt sense in the body. Two more breaths here. One more big inhale. Stay for your exhale. And then begin to bring the hands down towards the mat. Crawl the fingertips around. Front right foot. It's a long, low lunge here. Right foot forward. Place the left hand down by the right foot. We like a nice twist here. Twist the right hand high. Let it feel good. And then right hand comes back to earth. And slowly hop your left foot up. Wide left. Wide leg forward here. Drop the head. And then you slowly roll the spine up. Feel it the whole way up. Nice work, guys. And then step into left foot wide left. We'll move into that sequence on the other side. So right foot drops back. Warrior one. Press down. Rise up. Open it to warrior two. And then straighten that front leg. Find that heel to heel alignment. Surfing the upper body long, left hand down. Rotate now from the hips, from the kind of low belly and chest towards the right side of your space, even towards the ceiling. And you just play here with the breath and kind of with what's available in your body. It's really where everyone's body's gonna be different, and it just takes time exploring. I used to hate when a yoga teacher told you to do something that your body just, you thought you just couldn't do, but really, the idea is just like, here's an idea, now go explore this idea, but you might not look like the cover of the magazine. And that's okay. Two more breaths here. One more, big inhale. Stay for your exhale. And then listen, inhale, eyes to that front foot. Right hand to the right hip. Bend with me straight away into a long low lunge. So hands will come down. Place the right hand by the left foot. And take a twist to the left side of your space. Nice. And then left hand back to earth. And you'll slowly just hop that right foot up. Wide right. It's a wide leg forward fold for a breath. Not long. And then drop the hips low. Deep Malasana squat for a breath. Not long. And then drop it all the way down. Butt comes down onto the earth. We made it. Oof. The sweet space. One final little core challenge right here, guys. Float the legs, float the arms for boat. And then come to a low boat. Hover. And then come to a high boat. And a low boat. And a high boat. Get there. Lower to low boat. And then relax into the mat. Sink heavy. Ha, ha, ha. Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet come together. One hand to the belly. Right hand to the belly. Left hand feels that heart space. Check in. Start to encourage that idea of softening and surrender. So much of the hard work of the practice is behind us. Now we just want to kind of be sweet. Take one more breath. With the next inhale, you'll float the legs up. Grab outside of the feet for happy baby pose. Rock around a little bit on it. Take one more breath. With the exhale, releasing the feet, grab behind the thighs, take a little rock on the spine, let it feel good. Again, keep even just imagining a little bit of play here, a little bit of happiness into the practice. And eventually rock up and around, find half pigeon pose. Yogi's choice on how to get there. You can move through a down dog and then a three-legged dog. Right leg comes forward, stacking that shin kind of parallel to the front of the mat, and then settling in here into this deep hip opener. Stay with the breath. Lots of breath. And stay here for 5 more rounds of breath. After your 5th round of breath, you can gently begin to come up out of it on the right side, taking any movements that feel necessary in your body, maybe releasing any tension from that right side. And then we'll move into half pigeon on the left side. Left leg comes forward, stack the shin parallel, settle in here. And just noticing with the breath and then kind of the listening that we do to the body, just recognize the opportunity to kind of mine some information, some messages want to come through from the body. So stay in your listening. And stay for 3 more rounds of breath. Gently, after your 3rd round of breath, start to press up out of it. On that side, you can just roll into the left butt cheek and swing the right leg around. We'll find the seated forward fold here. Press the legs long. Reach up with an inhale, with an exhale, reach out over the legs, drop the head. Inhale, begin to come up. Plant your hands now down just behind the butt. Fingertips will face your feet. And we'll bend the knees for a tabletop. Reverse tabletop here. Press the hips up. Open through the chest, through the shoulders. Drop the head here. Big inhale. Lion's breath out. And start to bring it back to earth. And now take an inversion. Hips on a block or shoulder stand. Just get the hips above the heart. Reverse a little bit of that flow from the way it'll go most of today. Hips on a block. Let's stay a little longer. Shoulder standers. Begin to let the feet come to the floor behind the head for plow. And then let's all slowly start to bring the spine back to earth. Upper spine, middle, lower lumbar spine. Legs can go long. Rest the head down for a moment. And then take one final supine twist with me. You'll hug the right knee into the belly, twist it out over to the left side of your space. Reach your right arm over to the right, gaze over the right. And then start to bring the right leg back to center. Push the right leg long. Left one hugs in. Twist the other way. And then begin to come back to center. We'll hug both knees in for a moment. Give yourself a quick squeeze. This is where we try and send and receive a little bit of love to and from ourselves, showing up, doing the hard thing, pushing through resistance. We do, and we're done now. Legs will go long, head will rest down. Take Shavasana here. Let it be the most important pose of today's practice, and try and do nothing and just receive some of the work from today.